Rolex is more than a watch, and sometimes it turns into a good investment. But not all Rolexes are created equally. Some barely sell over retail, while others go to the moon. Today, I'm ranking the new Rolex releases for 2025 and where I think the resale value will be in the secondary market. We will start with the models that I think are selling under retail. Let's go. So now we're going to start with what I think will sell under retail. And yes, believe it or not, you can actually buy some of these watches under retail price. I know it's hard to believe, but in the secondary market, anything is possible. So from all these watches from the new releases for 2025, I believe that the Sky Dweller green dial and oyster bracelet will sell under retail. It is a full gold piece. However, the Jubilee, in my opinion, is actually more wanted than the oyster. And in that case, because both models are out, you have the Oyster Flex, you have the Jubilee and the oyster. Jubilee always wins. So I'm gonna say this will be selling under retail price when it comes out. Next, we have retail price. So what I think was gonna sell at retail price around here, right off the bat, I'm gonna have to go with the white gold Daytona, the blue dial. If you ask my opinion, there's not that much change aesthetically from the old version. I know they brought it back. It was a fan favorite. We've sold many of these, but I truly believe it's gonna sell around retail price. It's missing that wow factor. I think the quiet luxury thing, the fad that happened in 2022 is over. So up next, we have another Sky Dweller, the Oyster Flex. I think this is gonna sell at around retail price. I was gonna put it under retail, but I'm gonna stick to around retail prices. Oyster Flex for me has always been my favorite bracelet. I think when it comes to this watch with the green dial, people will like full gold watch. So in my opinion, I think it's gonna sell around retail price. The last one I think, which has been having a lot of hype and a lot of people talking about it, is actually the women red dial here that came out with the diamonds. I think it's gonna sell at retail also. Obviously, again, this is when they come out to the market, you know, a few pieces are gonna come out. I think it's gonna be selling at around retail price. Next up, we have 1 to 2x. So it can go up to double the price. So I think the first one, we're getting rid of all the Sky Dwellers here, is the green dial Sky Dweller in Jubilee. Honestly, the Jubilee full gold is something so beautiful. You know, if you want something flashy, a statement piece, it's this. It's very comfortable on Jubilee, and so I'm gonna put that 1 to 2x. Next up, we're gonna have we'll call it a stepbrother or stepsister, so here we have the Tiger Iron GMT. I believe this will go 1 to 2x also. Again, it's a full gold piece. The dial is very unique. Again, I think this one will sell between 1 to 2x. A lot of people are loving this dial. Also, it's very similar to the Meteorite, where two dials are not the same. So basically the Tiger Iron, I'm gonna say 1 to 2x. That will also include the other one in rose gold. I think they're all gonna be selling the same between 1 to 2x. Now, since we're in the GMT topic, we could talk about the new Sprite or Hulk. Everyone has their names for this one. The green dial, by the way, if you don't know, is actually made out of ceramic. So it's the first ceramic dial from Rolex. The only reason why this is not 2 to 3x, or even actually to the moon, is because it's in full white gold. I think if this came out in stainless steel or on Jubilee, made a lot more noise. For that reason, because it's in full white gold, again, you have to understand price point for Rolex. When you're going full gold, the price point is way higher than stainless steel. So it cannot go 3, 4, 5, 6x. Even though the price of gold is going up, the price tag to buy the watch at retail is already high. I just like the fact they did something new with the ceramic green dial. And everyone knows green is the most popular and favorite dial. And we have many green dials here today. So that one will be 1 to 2x. Another one that I think will be 1 to 2x will go with the chocolate dial Oyster Flex. Again, this is a fan favorite from before. We sold a lot of these ones in the older model. I think once these come out, it's gonna stay in the 1, 2x, similar to also the Ghost. Obviously that one is an older model, but it's not new for 2025, but I think it's gonna be selling around the same price. Again, it's a fan favorite, beautiful, beautiful watch. I think it's gonna go 1 to 2x. I will also say the same thing for its big brother in full gold. I also think it's going to be 1 to 2x. I don't think it'll go higher than that. Next, we have the 1908 with the new bracelet, the Setimo bracelet. The black, I put black dial and white dial here for a reason. I believe that the white dial will sell between 1 to 2x. However, the black dial will be on the higher range. So I think the black dial will be more closer to the 2x and maybe even more. Again, I'm thinking 2 to 3 it's hard, but again, I think the white dials usually are the least expensive, unless it's obviously Daytona Panda. So I put both so you can compare in terms of price points. So if you get the option for white or black, the black will sell more. You know what? Maybe we could put the black a little bit more. Again, it's a little bit. So we'll put this new bracelet. It looks gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous from the videos we've seen online. It is to die for. Rolex has done it again. Honestly, 2 stellar new bracelets. So can't really complain there. We skipped here to 2 to 3 because of that. So let's go back to 1 to 2X from the collection. If there's anything else, I think the Lavender OP. So one thing about the OP in Lavender, the biggest size you could get is 36. It's a more softer color. I know that people say it's unisex, but they didn't make it in 41. Don't believe me, you can check the website. So I think that one will go 1 to 2X because I think 2 to 3X will be the Pistachio, or what I like to call the Dubai chocolate crave, just because everything is Dubai chocolate around the world these days with the pistachio trend. So obviously the Pistachio dial will be more than the Lavender dial. Even all the other dials, the beige dials, I didn't put them here. There's so many of them. As you guys know, there's so many different dials and iterations. I did more for the sizing. So here you have the 36. Again, for the Lavender, I think it'll go 1 to 2X. And I think 2 to 3X. And honestly, man, maybe even to the moon with this. The only reason I would go to the moon is because of the demand and because it's stainless steel and because it has a low price point. Like that means we'll go over 3X. We've been getting a lot of demands for this one. So we'll put, you know, I'm changing the rankings here as I'm going. Let's put it to the moon, but the second people wear it and talk about it, I think the demand will go crazy. And already the demand is crazy for that watch. So I think that one will be to the moon. Now 2 to 3X. So now we have a few watches left. So now we have the Tiffany Daytona. I know you guys want to know where I'm going to rank it. It's going up. We have also the Meteorite Daytona. We have the John Mayer 2.0. We have the stainless steel Land Dweller, the rose gold Land Dweller, and we also have the platinum Land Dweller. So 2 to 3X right off the bat, I think it's going to be the platinum Land Dweller. Again, the only reason why I think it will go 3X, I don't think it will go over that. Already the Land Dweller is already coming in at a very high price. If you look at the stainless steel model, the entry level of the new model has been very high. And the whole point of the Land Dweller, again, we could talk about the technology, the movement, the new bracelet, the open case. There's so many wow features of this watch, but they wanted it to be between the Daytona and the GMT, if you ask me. So again, with the platinum, I think this is going to be 2 to 3X. At least for the beginning, it's going to be very high. But again, with the high price point, platinum 2 to 3X. Same thing with the full rose gold, I think 2 to 3X. Obviously, the blue dial for me is wow. The fun part that nobody's talking about with the Land Dweller is that they're all white dials. So again, we were talking about white dials before. Well, there's no other color. So for now, these Land Dwellers are going to be ranking super, super high. And then I will not be surprised with all new colors coming out next year. So if they're in different colors, we'll be ranking them completely different. But yeah, so I think that will be 2 to 3X. Up next, I believe I will say the Meteorite. The Meteorite was a home run when it first released. So the Meteorite comes in, I call this the Meteorite Ghost. This one you have it obviously in yellow gold and in rose gold. Rose gold is a gorgeous piece. I think it'll be 2 to 3X. The price, I think the problem with this watch is that the price is getting out of control because it's not a full gold watch, what you're getting on Oyster Flex. Again, I'm talking about the Oyster Flex model. A lot of people cannot justify the pricing. So I think this one will calm down and also calm down the discontinued model, in my opinion. Again, it also depends how much they're gonna release. I don't know if you guys remember when the new titanium came out for the Yachtmaster, they took a very long time, a very long time before releasing into the market. And it honestly pushed prices really, really high. So again, this all depends what gets released. So I think the Meteorite will be 2 to 3X, and will also, keep your eye up for the discontinued ones. I think they will slowly calm down, but white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold all will be 2 to 3X. What should we do next? Tiffany, John Mayer, or the Land Dweller? Let's go John Mayer. So John Mayer, I think the John Mayer 2.0 will go to the moon. This is the only gold piece that I see going to the moon, full gold piece going to the moon. Again, just because it's the John Mayer. Again, the demand is just the demand. Again, green dial. This is just going to go crazy, like crazy, crazy, crazy. I know today we saw the first one in the secondary market, and it is way over 3X. It is going to the moon. So whoever gets this at retail, congratulations to you. You deserve it. Up next, Tiffany Daytona to the moon. The reason why I think it's going to the moon, again, Do I like this color combination? I'm being honest, no. I think on white gold would have been perfect, would have been beautiful. But Rolex is genius. They did the same thing with the Le Mans. They released a white gold, discontinued it, then they released the yellow gold, they discontinued it, and then the rose gold, and they're gonna do the same. And guess what happens? People think the next one's gonna be nicer, the next one. I think the Le Mans in white gold was the nicest. This one, again, it's just because of how rare it is, the attention it gets. If you haven't seen the black two-door in Tiffany, honestly, it's a color that just pops out. It's like, what's on your wrist? What do you do? What's going on? Can I get to know you? This says all of that and more. It's more like, how did you even get this watch? This is like, blow your mind. So I think this is the reason for having this piece is a completely different reason. It's not, again, if you get this at retail, this is, God loves you, this is crazy. And then the one watch that I've been getting the most request on, where this is a never ending list, is the Land Dweller. The Land Dweller will go to the moon and back and start making laps and go see Snoopy on the moon and go see everyone on the moon. This is not normal. Again, stainless steel. What is crazy is that this is a stainless steel watch, and the price point, 40 millimeters, I think it's a beautiful and perfect size, by the way. I love 40 millimeters. 41 would have bothered me a bit. Again, just even the slightest detail, they got it on point. The demand for it is crazy. It's like, again, I did my first video on it. I said it was the AP killer because of the bracelet. And it was obviously, we're not saying that this is going to kill AP or anything, but it's more in terms of, where it gets inspired from the dial to the bracelet, something new, open case. It took its time to hear what everyone wants and just put everything into a watch, and it's just creating so much noise. This is creating way more noise than the Bruce Wayne ever did when it first came out. And let me tell you, when it first came out, the Bruce Wayne was causing havoc. Everyone wanted it. It was crazy. And again, here we are right now in the beginning of May 2025, and nothing has been released except for the John Mayer 2.0. The Land Dweller, to me, it's going to go to the moon. Again, like I said, do laps. It's crazy, the demand for it. Again, it's stainless steel. As you see here, there's two stainless steel, and this is the power of these gold watches. Again, Daytona, like I said, there's a model like no other is the Daytona. That's why you see them mostly at the top. So if you get your hands on a Land Dweller, congratulations also. And you can also see that also online when you see, example, Leonardo DiCaprio, Roger Federer, and everyone keeps on wearing it and they're going out with it. They're not even wearing other Rolexes. You see them always wearing the same Land Dweller. So I think it's genius, again, what Rolex is doing, how much they're pushing it. And I'm even super excited to see this watch. From all of them, I'm the most excited to see is the Land Dweller, just because it has so much. Usually a watch is like the bracelet or the dial. Here you have the dial, the bracelet, the open case, and also it's a hidden clasp. There's so much to see, to play around with. All the other watches, beautiful dials. Again, we're just talking more about dials. We've seen the models, we've had them, but I think that's what's creating so much hype on the Land Dweller. So this is me ranking all the new 2025 models for Rolex. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys agree with me, disagree, should move things around? Maybe you think the Meteorite will go to the moon. Maybe the Platinum you guys thought was going to go to the moon. Let me know your comments below. And as always, if you guys want to be on the waiting list, like a lot of other people, you can reach out to us at bigmowatches.com or message us on WhatsApp, and we'll put you guys on the waiting list. And the second it comes out, you guys can have access to that. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.